Hey guys, welcome to Solo ReacTalk. Today is Warcraft Monday, and I'm going to be reacting to a video by Platinum WoW called Taking Flight in Dragonflight exclusive alpha footage. Yes, I've been requested by James Anderson to watch, the latest Platinum WoW videos on lore, the lore videos, but I forgot about that part as soon as I saw Taking Flight in Dragonflight exclusive. I was so happy to see that, and I decided, okay, let me just pick this first. And then I will get to the latest lore videos that Platinum WoW has. I'm just excited about Dragonflight. I just want to see, how it plays and how Platinum WoW perceives it, and whether it needs improvements here or there, or if it's going to be something that's worthwhile for people to play. So yeah, James Anderson, I will get to the latest lore videos, don't worry about that. It's just that this, I don't know, for me it takes priority. It takes priority. Okay, let's start. 3, 2, 1, go.
I got exclusive access to World of Warcraft's new expansion Dragonflight, and I'm going to tell you all about the new race, class, zones, characters, and lore. I got a lot to talk about, so let's jump right into it. I started my...
But you see, there's some lore in this video too, so I'm not in the wrong here, right? James Anderson, I'm not in the wrong. There's lore in here too.
Adventure by making a Drakthir, Bartholomew. And there are lots and lots and lots of customization options, almost an overwhelming amount, and that's for a good reason. The armor you equipped cannot be seen in your dragon form. All of the armor customization is done when you create your character. Instead, the armor you equipped in Transmog can only be seen in your humanoid form. But
and the armor that you've put on in your humanoid form, does it still have the same defensive or offensive effects when you're in your Draketheer form? Yeah, I'm just wondering about that.
Thankfully, this form is something you'll see all the time. It's not like a Worgen where you have to manually turn it on and off. You'll have an option to transform back into a human after combat and even cast some spells while in that form. Also, whenever you mount up, you turn into your humanoid form. Drakthir can only be one class.
Wait a minute. You have a mount, but you're also a Drakthir, and you have wings, you can fly. Why do you need a mount? Okay.
And that is the new class, Evoker. The gameplay for this new class is advanced. So advanced that Blizzard has you write the word advanced when you create the character. Evokers are a caster class, and they have a very wide variety of abilities. They're very squishy, so if you're fighting a group of mobs, you'll need to constantly root them, push them back, and maintain your distance or you'll die very quickly.
Okay, so you have your advantages, but you're also very vulnerable to, physical attacks. Okay, that's interesting. There's no music. Or is that how it is in Warcraft? World of Warcraft, like they don't play any kind of like background music unless if it's like a very important mission or a like a quest of some sort. That's when music plays. I'm just wondering about that.
Now, would I main this class? No, probably not. It honestly feels a bit clunky when first picking it up, but perhaps if I had more experience it would flow a bit better. But one of the cool things about Drakthir is their ability to use their new racial, which is a dragon riding ability that just uses themselves. And yeah, let's talk about the best feature that has ever...
And this is why I'm asking, do you really need a mount? If you can fly yourself, what's the point of having a mount? But anyways.
...ever been added to WoW in years.
Oh yes, I remember from the World of Warcraft Dragonflight, what do you call it? Like the communication from the developers when they were discussing about the new flight system. that you can use when you have your mount. I don't know whether it's specifically for dragons or is it for all the mounts that you use that can fly. Yeah, I'm just wondering about that too. Okay.
Ever since flying mounts came out in TBC, they have been incredibly boring. Instead of flying, it's more like swimming through the air. With this new form of flight, there is physics, a smooth sense of movement, and most importantly, you actually have to interact with the terrain to get from point A to point B. Dragon riding is more like gliding than flying. You can descend quickly to gain momentum and use mount abilities to gain speed. This means that mounting up and trying to scale up a mountain vertically will not work, but when descending, you will go super fast.
Okay, so you can't climb up with your dragon, so how do you get to those points? Do you just have to walk up there? And then if you are going down, like, you know, a steep hill, or you're going further down the map, then you can use your dragon to glide down. Okay. I think that's how it goes. I'm not sure if I'm getting it right. Yeah.
Really, watching this flying doesn't do it justice. You have to play it yourself to understand how nice it really feels.
This reminds me of Game of Thrones, season 8. I think it was episode 1 or 2, when Jon Snow and Daenerys Targaryen were flying the dragons. I forgot their names now. Drogon and Rhaegal, right? Yeah. And then they were gliding down I think it was a ravine or something, you know, like they were just gliding down, and you could see the movement of the dragons and everything. Yeah, it kind of reminds me of that here, as I see these dragons gliding down of waterfalls or mountains, you know, steep mountains, stuff like that. So yeah, it kind of reminds me of that. Game of Thrones. Okay. I don't know, maybe they should add a bit more sound, you know, like I was asking before about the music. Maybe they should also add more air sound, you know, air currents coming through the dragon's wings, or I don't know, hearing the trees or something. But this is the alpha footage, so I think it's still pretty much in development. Yeah, okay.
And it's so great, I wish it was the only form of flying, but I think some of the older zones are not designed for this type of flight, and also you can't use your dragon mounts while in the old world. But you can use the Drakthir racial flying, so I went all the way up to the top of Mount Hyjal and flew off to see how far I could get. With the Drakthir flying, I soared all the way to Dustwillow Marsh in 3 minutes and 44 seconds. I tried to fly to the exact same location with a normal flying mount, and that took 6 minutes and 26 seconds.
It really did look like you were swimming.
So, given the perfect conditions, I think it's even faster than a normal flying mount. Okay, back to the Dragonflight stuff. The one zone I had access to was the Azure Span. Yes, I tried to go to the other zones, but they kicked me out. And it's beautiful. Very reminiscent of Grizzly Hills, and I cannot emphasize how big it really is. It's huge. It's the biggest zone in all of the Dragon Isles, and I really prefer these types of sprawling zones with empty breathing space compared to the tight, claustrophobic zones we got in Shadowlands. You can also tell the terrain in this zone was specifically designed for dragon riding, with its descending slopes and sharp cliff faces. One of my favorite parts when playing was during the main quest, where I got to jump off of this giant spire and soar across the whole zone to get to my next location. My favorite questing hubs in this zone have got to be the Dragon Scale expedition camps, because this is a Horde and Alliance organization, so you get a wide variety of races all interacting with each other, all having their own unique little quirks. It's just a great fun time. I mean, there's this one quest where I was watching a Hearthstone match with a gnome where there was a ghost of a dragon man that was battling a Pandaren, and I was one of the cards. No, I did not pull that out of my ass. There are other factions and races you'll find in your adventures in this zone, though. There are furbolgs who got a new facelift, and they are harnessing the powers of the elements, and it's corrupting them. Very furbolg thing to do. Tuskar, there are a lot of Tuskar in this zone, and their village in Iskara is one of the best parts of the zone, because they got Big Canuck making a giant-ass pot of soup. We got this dude over here drinking the soup. We got an instance portal, maybe for a Tuskar dungeon. We got otters, and when you say goodbye to a Tuskar, they say,
Skookgara Aklikat.
and that is just great. Utgar Glocky caught to you, my friend. And we'll be returning to this village later in the video. There are also these giants, but they seem to be in early development with their names, and there are no quests associated with them. There are gnolls, which are another highlight of the zone. Their new models look disgustingly fantastic, and they make cool noises. And while doing quests here, you discover that they've been
hyenas,
practicing decay magic. And near the back of their base camp, there's a huge empty area with an instance portal, so perhaps there might be a gnoll dungeon as well. And lastly, since we are in the Dragon Isles, there are a lot of dragons. There's dragon spawn, dragon frogs, and dragon men with this voice.
Good day to you.
The main chunk of the story is from the main quest of the zone that is very, very early in development. There is no music, no voice acting, no sound effects, no cinematics. Instead of cinematics, you have Captain Exposition, who explains the cinematics through text. That is how alpha this alpha is. So I'm just gonna summarize the story. It's about Kalecgos trying to reunite the Blue Dragonflight, but a group of proto-dragons called the Primalists are trying to stop him and all of the Kirintor mages. The Primalists' main motivation as an antagonist is to stop mortals from using magic, since they can't be trusted with such power. Which is the exact same plot as Malygos from Wrath of the Lich King, but instead of blue dragons, it's proto-dragons.
Okay, yeah, alright. I'm sure it's going to be good. It's going to end up differently to how Malygos tried to do it, probably, with the proto-dragons. Okay.
Also, Sindragosa is back in the story. Overall, the storyline is pretty basic, but it's really hard to give any sort of judgment when it's in such a bare-bones state at the moment. Now, for the most harrowing part of my adventure in the Isles. Here at the Tuskar village of Iskara, there are 2 turtle boats you can ride on. You know me, I love public transportation, so I just needed to ride on one of these bad boys and see where it takes me. So I got on and went floating away just to keep going further and further and further away from the Dragon Isles, to the point where I couldn't even see it anymore. What was even eerier is that this is the first time I ever heard music during my time playing. Maybe I'll land next to that island? Nope. And boom, I'm in Northrend, which makes sense thematically. I mean, this is where we first met the Tuskar in Northrend, so this is pretty cool. But a neat little detail to the zone. Now I'm assuming I'm just gonna float back to the Dragon Isles, and boom, now I'm next to the Broken Shore in Legion. What the hell is going on? Why is this turtle taking me all over these Next thing I know, I'm in Kul Tiras. Wow, I'm just getting a world tour here.
And he's not paying a cent. He's just going with the turtle, with the captain, really? Okay.
But the views are less than spectacular. And my only friend to enjoy this with is my driver, Beks.
Is he a driver or is he the captain? I think he's the captain.
And I've been on this boat for and now I'm in Vashir! And this is where it really hits me. I was stuck here. My Hearthstone was set to Stormwind, and on the PTR, there was currently a bug where you could not travel back to the Dragon Isles if you teleport off of the continent. So I'm forced to endure Bek's wild ride for God knows how long. He was no longer my guide. He was my jailer. The next thing I know, I'm in Vol'dun, of all places, where
I like how he zooms in. I like how he zooms in on the captain's face. He's no longer your guide, he's your jailer.
Beks decides he wants to drive as slowly as possible. His dark, unforgiving eyes looking ahead at all times. Please, 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 just take me back to the Dragon Isles. Please, please. Oh my god. No! No, please, come on! Now, I'm in Pandaria, and Beks has completely given up on driving through scenic areas. Here we get a cliff face, and then this is my view of the Taolong Steppes. I want to get off of Beks' wild ride. Come on, come on. No, no! Are you kidding me? Oh my god. I'm in AQ now? What the fuck? At this point, over an hour has passed, and I have gone insane. I've spent over an hour on this godforsaken turtle, and I don't think I'll ever see my wife and kids again. Screw you, Beck, and your fat-ass turtle. But he showed me mercy, and finally returned me to the Dragon Isles. Now, there are 2 of these turtles, but I really didn't have a lot of time to play this alpha, so I really don't know where the other one would take me. So, sorry guys. Just kidding! I got on the other turtle, and after a slow 10-minute ride, he took me to this empty island, and now I'm stranded here. Well. Ooh, Gara Glocky.
I'm sure there'll be something on this island when the game is complete.
Pot to you, my friends. See you later.
That's not supposed to happen.
It was stuck in time.
Okay guys, that's it with Taking Flight in Dragonflight exclusive alpha footage by Platinum WoW. This looks fun. Well, the way he's presenting it is so fun, I must admit. I really did enjoy listening to Platinum WoW again, talking about World of Warcraft, particularly now Dragonflight. And yeah, it looks like it's coming along quite well. Hopefully you guys enjoy playing it. The Dragonflight race and becoming an invoker. Yeah, it looks like a cool, class to use with their abilities. I still don't understand about you having a mount as a dragon. What's the point? What's the point? You don't need a mount, really. You don't need a mount. If you can fly by yourself, then what's the point of having a mount? And I'm still wondering about the dragon mounts. Are they able to attack anyone that's on the surface, with fire breath or ice breath or whatever kind of elemental attack? Are they able to use it, or are they just, your mounts that just fly you from one destination to the next? Yeah, I'm just wondering about that. But yeah, it looks cool. Everything so far looks cool. The music, we'll still have to wait for that, and some of the the sound bites of things happening in the environment, and people talking and videos and cinematics. We still have to wait for all that stuff to come in. But yeah, so far it looks good. The proto dragons are going to become an issue. They're trying to do what Malagos tried to do, making sure that mortals don't have magic. So yeah, the story still needs a bit of development, and hopefully it will also turn out well. And yeah guys, I guess that's it. That's it with Platinum WoW for today. Remember, if you liked the video, please give me a like, comment and subscribe to my channel. Click on the notification bell if you want to be up to date with my latest videos. And remember, if you want to check out Platinum WoW's YouTube channel as well as this original video for Taking Flight and Dragonflight, remember that the links are in the description below. Okay?